Hello everyone, welcome to the very first lecture of my YouTube channel. In this course, we will be doing Python programming from starting to end. A beginner can also do this course with ease because I will be focusing for all students to learn from beginning to end with no hitch. So Python programming is a very easy language. That's why I started with this language to teach programming. You will also learn why this is so easy because it has very simple syntax. You are about to embark on a journey into the world of programming. No prior coding experience required. Of course, you don't need to know anything uh, beside just a motivation to learn. So, sit on a chair and take a notebook and let's start learning. This course will take you from writing your very first line of Python to building real world projects you can be proud of. So no worries about that. So Python, let's see. Python is one of the most popular and versatile language on the planet. It is used by NASA, Netflix, Instagram, Google. Many things it is used in. It is beloved for its clean, readable syntax, which sound like plain English. When I will teach you Python, you will also see for yourself that Python is just simple English. For a very simple thing you have to do, like just printing your output, you just need to write print and it will print your output. It is so easy to do that in Python compared to the languages like C and Java. So that's why Python is very easy language, making it perfect language for absolute beginners and self-learners. So what I will be delivering in this course is we will be starting from absolute zero. The course will guide you step by step through Python fundamental. You will build confidence with hands-on exercises and real-world project at every stage. So Python programming and core computer science concept we will be learning in this course. We will be building real-world projects to build a professional GitHub portfolio and industry best practices was taught by you. So next thing we will be seeing what is our learning roadmap looks like. So this lecture sets a foundation over next 10 sessions. Means we will be seeing what I will be teaching you and what you will be learning in throughout this course. So make sure to be with the end. You will be progressing from a curious beginner to a confident Python developer capable of automating tasks and building applications. So the first thing we will be doing is making our foundation strong. So we will be learning syntax, we will be studying about logics, we will be making our first programs. So the very first thing we will be doing is these. Then we will be move to making functions, how to use oops and file handling. Then at the very last step we will be have a mastery in data science, web apps and deployments. So the next thing is what is programming. So programming at its core is simply the act of writing instruction for a computer to execute. Means suppose we want to computer to do a work for us. So how do we tell him that we want to do this work and please do it. So computer don't understand any languages like English and Spanish etc. So we tell it in its language like programming languages Python, C, Java etc. So computer is incredibly fast for calculations but cannot think for itself. It only does exactly what you tell it. So for that, programming languages like Python provide the vocabulary and grammar you use to communicate those instructions clearly and precisely to the machine. So Python is a programming language which tells computer that this work I have to do and perform this. Then next think of it like a chef. This is an example of a chef in which a kitchen have a skilled staff which is capable of doing everything, but it don't know how to do that. So programming is the art of writing recipes which will help them to make the final dish. Then next we will be learning what is the difference between software and programming. So the difference is straight. Programming is the process of writing instruction while software is the finished product. Let's suppose you want to make a game. So for making a game, the final the result will be the game which is called software. But for making the game, you need logic, like when I press this button, this action must get done. So that logic and that creativity is programming. Then from problem to output, every program follows a simple predictable life cycle. You click something, the program will analyze it and it will give you output. So the simple thing is that you start with a real world problem, translate it into a program using a language, the computer processes your instruction and product output. It also applies in all our life cycle, like we give some input, it processes and we get the output. Simple as that. So problem, then we make it a program, give it to computer, and computer gives output. So the fundamental life cycle is input, process, output. It is the heartbeat of every piece of software you will ever use, from your phone calculator to the most complex AI system. In phone calculator, you give it some numbers, some operations, and it gives you the result based on the calculation it performs. Same with any games you play right now or a game will be playing. You press any button and it will do the action like firing the gun and etc. Next, let's finally do the introduction to Python. So Python was created by a Dutch programmer named Guido van Rossum in the late 1980s and officially released in 1991. He wanted to build a language which is easy to learn and powerful. So Python is a language that like a human reading the code over a machine executing it. Means Python is a language which first priority is that human can read this language before machine. Means Python is like you print hello and you can understand that this code is printing hello. So this is the special quality of Python which makes it very unique from all languages. Also, a fun fact, he does not name it Python after a snake. He named it after a British comedy series. This is its name, Monty Python Flying Circus, if you want to know. Then let's see. This is the timeline. 1989, Guido begins working on Python, and 1991, its first release. If it has released, then of course it will also have some bug. So the major update introducing garbage collection was introduced in 2000, and then at 2008 a major overhaul designed to fix fundamental flaws was organized. Then moving to next, why Python stands out. So mainly the Python stands out for the Python has grown into a dominant modern software development due to key characteristics that make it uniquely accessible to beginners, yet powerful enough for enterprise solution. This is the main reason. Any beginner can learn it and it has solution for powerful and enterprise solutions. So it is easy to learn. Read like plain English, flattening the learning curve. So of course Python is feels like you are just reading English, and then it has very simple syntax compared to many programming languages like C Java, which has very long boilerplate code, but Python has just a simple boilerplate. It doesn't even have boilerplate code. You just have to write the function and it performs. It is a cross-platform, means it you can write once and it will run on Windows, macOS, and Linux seamlessly. Just write on one platform the code of Python and it will run on every platform. Then Python is completely open source, free to use, modify and distribute. Means you don't have to pay a single penny to use it, to write the code, to run it. No money, just free to use, modify and distribute. Interpreted language. Python is the interpreted language. Interpreted means it runs line by line. Means if there is an error in your code or any bug in your code, the Python interpreter will run line by line, and if there is a error in a particular line, it will tell that this line has error. Compared to the languages like C and Java, which has a compiler type. Compiler means it compile all code and then tell you that there is error. Interpreter is just it will run line by line and tell you that this line has error. Then Python is a high level language. It focuses on logic, not complex memory management. So what is a high level language? High level language is You just focus on logic that I have to just write if this thing is this, then output is this. You don't have to think about that I will give this memory to this much, this memory to this, this operation will take this much memory. No need to that. Python is a high level language. It also understands all this. You just have to focus on your logic. Python versus other languages. As I have said, when compared to older languages like C++ and Java, Python requires significantly less code to achieve the same result. Its gentle syntax acts as a buffer, allowing new programmers to focus entirely on learning programming concepts rather than fighting with semicolons and curly braces. In Python, you just focus on just what you want to write, not how you can do this, how you can do this, just what you want to write. You focus on that, you write, done. No need to think like C++ and Java that I have to put semicolon there, I have to put curly braces there. No need to that. It is beginner friendly, rapid development, and it has massive community which can help you and guide you through anything. Let's move to next thing, which is industry application. Which we industry uses Python, and which industry is growing with Python? Let's see. Where is Python used? Python versatility is its superpower because it is both easy to read and incredibly powerful. Suppose a language which is you can understand and it is very perfect to do anything. So the first priority of your is must be that language. It has become to the go-to language across almost every major industry, from powering your favorite streaming service to driving scientific breakthrough. Python ecosystem is vast and deeply integrated into modern technology. So Python has the first use in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So of course you have seen AI nowadays. You must be using ChatGPT, Gemini, etc. Whichever AI tool you are using, you have must have seen robots and all. So all those use Python. Python is the leading language for AI. Frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch allow engineers to build models that can recognize images, translate languages, and drive autonomous vehicles. So all these things can be done through Python. So you now know how powerful this Python is. If AI in AI we are using this, and in machine learning we are using this. Then comes the data science and analytics. So data science and analytics, from crunching massive data sets to creating stunning visuals. Libraries like pandas from Matplotlib, Map, Matplotlib, and make Python the undisputed king of data analysis worldwide. So the graph you are seeing, like these type of graphs are created by Python from analyzing massive data sets. Then comes the web development. Frameworks like Django and Flask power the backend of major sites like Instagram, Spotify, and Pinterest, handling millions of users at once. So in web development, Python is majorly used in frameworks like Django and Flask, which let's suppose you are using Instagram. So the Instagram you store any data, you send any data. So what is handling the data? It is in behind the scene Python language is what handling million of users at once. Then comes the automation and scripting. Python excel at automating repetitive tasks like renaming files, scraping web data, or sending emails, saving professional countless hours of manual work. So, automation and scripting. Python is used. Let's suppose you want to do a task repetitively. The same task, let's suppose, just for a small example, you want to add two number and you want to repeatedly do this again and again. So you want, maybe you want to use Python. It can be done to all programming, but I am just giving a simple small example. You can do this with Python. Then comes cybersecurity and cloud. Ethical hacker can use Python to write testing scripts, while major cloud platforms like AWS rely heavy on Python for managing infrastructure and deployment. So Python is also used in cybersecurity to make testing scripts like which can be tested again and again. That if this system is secure, it is used by ethical hackers and all. While major components like AWS relies heavy on Python. Next is game development. While not used for massive AAA titles, AAA titles, libraries like Pygame are definitely fantastic for building 2D games and learning the fundamentals of interactive game logic. Games like you have played Mario and many 2D games. Mario is a prime example. Many games you have playing like 2D games. It is made it can be made like Python. In Python, there is a library called Pygame. You can make a 2D game with this very easily. Not AAA titles. Python is maybe you can make, but it is not suitable for AAA titles. But for sure you can make games from it. Let us see our next step. This is the major step where things will start becoming interesting. So the first step of learning Python is we must have a laptop to learn Python, and in this laptop we will be installing Python. So before you can write any code, we need to install the Python interpreter on your computer. Means interpreter means that you write a Python code, it interprets the coding into a language where computer can understand. So the computer can only understand 0101. So the code will be converted into a 0101 format by this Python interpreter. The code we will be writing in a English type format, it will all be converted into 01 format. So interpreter is a software that read your Python file and execute the instruction. The safest and reliable way to get Python is directly from the official source. So let's get it. So first thing you have to do is visit python.org/downloads. So let's go there. Let me open the Chrome. So from we go to any browser. This browser we type Python. The first link that comes to is welcome to python.org. Click on this and here download. You have two things, Python install manager or get a standalone installer. You can click on either, but let's click on this. If I click on this, there is this installing. Just open this. Okay, so this window opens. Close it. Okay, so this window opens. So what you have to do is check these two boxes. If you don't check these two boxes, maybe it won't perfectly work for you. Check this, install as admin with add python.exe to path and install with admin privileges. So now click on install now and click on yes. Let me close this. So it is installing. Let's wait for a bit. Let it take time. Okay, so it may be taking this much time, but at the end you can see that setup was successful. So if this windows pop up to you, that means setup is successful. So the next thing this Python is installed in your computer. So the next thing we need to do is download and run installer, which is already done. Check add to cart, this is already done, and open your terminal, add command prompt and type the verification command to ensure it works. So the what is the verification command? After installing, you should verify that your computer recognizes Python. So open your command line interface and type the version command, this one, Python. Okay, so the next one, yes, this Python version. This command you have to type. Okay, so let me go there. So in the Windows, you press Window and R, and there you type CMD and press enter. So you will get this window. This is called command prompt, and here you type python Python / and here type word and enter. So here the interpreter will tell you what Python version you are using right now. So I'm using Python 3.14.6, which we just installed. So that means yes, your computer has successfully installed Python and it is interpreting what we are writing. So let's close this and open. So okay, you have done this. Let's move to next. So common mistakes which forgetting add to path. Without this, your terminal won't know where the Python application is located. So add to path is a must, because if you don't do this, you run every code and you will be wondering why my code is not running, because your computer is not recognizing where is Python installed. So first you have to check add to path. So having both Python 2 and Python 3 installed can cause common conflict. So make sure if you have older version, you can install. But if you are installing it for first time, you don't have to worry about this. So Mac permission on Mac OS, you may need to grant terminal permission to in your security and privacy settings. So after doing that, do not download Python from third-party website. Always use python.org to ensure you get a clean, safe, and up-to-date version. So make sure to do that. Let's move to next. So the next thing, suppose we install Python, but we want to write our code. So we have to write our code somewhere. So for that, we need a code editor. Code editor is like a notebook in which we write our code and a notebook in which we can run our code. So in school, we used to write our all homework and all in notebook. But in computer, we write our code in a code editor. So any code editor you can use, but I will be using VS Code, which is by Microsoft. So let's use this VS Code in which we will be writing code, and let's start our journey. While you can write a Python code in a basic text editor, a dedicated code editor make your life much easier. Okay, so um, I highly recommend using VS Code. It highlighted your syntax, auto-complete your code, and help catch error before you can even run the program. So it is a very wonderful, you can say, code editor. If it is performing this much to you, it can highlight your syntax, it can auto-complete your code, and it can help you catch error before you run the program. So it is a wonderful feature. VS Code is a free industry standard editor used by professionals worldwide. So uh, this is a main thing. It is used by professional worldwide. So you don't have to worry that if I use this software, will I be able to in future use this code editor for our big project? No need to worry about that. It is used by many peoples. So how to download? So for downloading, let again go to Chrome. In Chrome, just type VS Code. After typing, click on there, and here, if you are on Windows, you will get this. But if you are on other platform, you will get these options. So make sure install again according to your system. So let's click on Windows. So it is downloading from me. Let's wait a bit. Okay, so VS Code is installed. Let's click on it. So after installing, you will get this type of interface. So just click I accept the agreement and next. And if you want to, you can click on this. If you want to, just it will add a shortcut there. But you must click all these four options. Otherwise, your VS Code will not run properly. Also, it after installing VS Code, you require a restart. But I have already installed, so I will not do that. So after clicking install, VS Code will install for you. I will not because I have already installed. So after installing VS Code, make sure you start. Otherwise, VS Code will not work properly. Okay, so after installing VS Code, what we will be doing? Install Python extension in VS Code. So how to do that? Let me go to VS Code. So if you open VS Code first time, you will not get this much, but you will get same page like that. In this, you just click on this icon, extensions, and here search Python, and from there, click on any of this and just click on install. I have already installed, so it is not showing me. But if you click on install, Python will install for you, and your VS Code will recognize Python. So make sure to do that, otherwise Python won't run. Okay, so next, let's see. Created a dedicated folder on your computer like Python course and open it in VS Code via folder open folder. Okay, so how to do that? I have already created. So what you have to do is file and open folder. If you click on this, You just click here. Let me see, new folder. So you can go there, new folder, and name it Python course, and click on this and select folder. So it will folder will open for you. There you can see that. So next, Python install. Okay. So next we will do is create a new file name by main.py. Write your code and click the play button in the top right corner to execute the program. Okay. So let's see that. Here you click on this new file icon and type main.py. Enter. So what is this py? .py tells your computer that this is a Python file. So you have to use the Python interpreter to run this Python file. So till now you have completed all the basic work, and from now the interesting thing will start. So first thing you will do is VS Code might look complex at first, but you only need to focus on a few key areas like editing send space in the center and terminal at the bottom. You can toggle the terminal you're using control slash and or command slash on Mac. Let's see how. Press control and slash on your computer here. In terminal I have control shift this, so I will just do this and a terminal will open there. So terminal is same your command prompt which you are using in the starting to identify Python. So if I type same command there, Python, this is version, so there it will show same thing because it is a command prompt inbuilt in the VS Code. So it will run all your code output there. So all your code output will run there and your code will be written there, file will be there. Okay, so this is the setup. So Explorer top left, editor center, terminal bottom, and extension left bar. Next, the py extension. The py extension I already told you that this is a file containing Python code. While you can name your file almost anything, using clear lowercase names like main.py or calculator.py is a strong professional convention. You can name anything your file, but make sure to always write what is sensible. Because in future, if you are making multiple Python files, you want to know what these files contain without opening and reading the code. So setting up a clean workspace now will save you from countless headaches later. So next. Next thing is writing your first program. So I think this is a major milestone which we will be covering. So let's take a break. Okay, so let's start the thing. Writing your first program. So every programmer journey begins with a single secret addition, writing the hello world program. It is the universal right, of course, all this. So the very first thing we will be writing is writing this code. In your main.py file, type the following line as exactly shown in case sensitive. So be careful with capitalization. Save the file by pressing Ctrl S, then click the play button in VS Code to run it. You should see the text appear in your terminal. So okay, so let's see how to do that. I'm just pressing this. Okay, VS Code. In VS Code, let me clear this. See, you can just type clear and it will clear the terminal. There, light print bracket comma hello world. So this is your first program, which is a printing command. It will generate an output writing this same thing written between semicolon between the commas. Okay, so press Ctrl and S, and it will save your file, and then press this icon run, and it will see you hello world there. Okay. So if you are not seeing this icon or your file is not playing, you must have done something wrong previously. So make sure to see that. Otherwise, you will be facing problem later. So solve it first. Then this is your first program print hello.world. Okay, hello world. So this is how we do a program in Python. This is the file main.py. It is a extension with .py, means this file contain a Python code. But in Python code, we write it print hello world. So print is what? Print is a function which what did what? Whichever whatever it is between these commas, it will print it to the command prompt to the terminal. It is a simple Python programming code, and same code we will be make, doing later, but in large amount. Let's see. I have this control C, and if I do this control V, I press it multiple times. So what this will do, this print hello world will be run 15 times. Okay, so first you have to save. If this is showing this one, this means file is not saved. So you have to control S, then it will be not showing one, and you can run. Okay, so this is hello world, hello world. Okay, so hello world is printed 15 times. So this is how you write a code. If you click on this, it will also clear output rather than writing clear out clear. Okay. So this is your first Python code. Control S and run. Okay, hello world. Let's see next. Next is a character set and comments. So let's see. Just like English has an alphabet, number and punctuation rule, Python has a character set that defines what symbol you can use. Understanding these building blocks and how to leave notes for yourself using comments is the next critical step in writing clean, maintainable code. Okay. So let's see. The first thing that come in programming is letters. So letter are A to Z, small a to small z, and large a to large z, used for naming variable and writing commands. So this is the first very thing we will write in coding, that is letter. Next thing is digits. Digits are 0 to 9, of course, used for number and mathematical operations. Then comes symbols, plus, minus, equal to, divide, at the rate, hashtag. These are the special character with the special coding meanings. So we will be using these in our course for different things like addition, minus, and comments, and at the rate for different things. Next thing is white spaces. In Python, white spaces matters very much, okay, because white spaces tells us the indentation means a block of code. We will be doing it later, so you don't have to focus more on this. But white spaces means a simple space. If you press spacebar on your laptop, you will also see what is white space. It is a small gap between when we press white space. So spaces, tabs, and low lines crucial for code structure and readability. Next thing is power of indentation. The thing I just told you, in most languages, indentation is just for visual. But in Python, it is a rule. Python uses a whitespace to define block of code. Incorrect indentation will cause indentation error and program will crash. Treat whitespace as a structural code, not just formatting. As just I told you, in programming languages like C and all, indentation is just used for normal things like you are making your code beautiful just for that. But in Python, we've used white spaces for things like defining a block of code that this block of code will run and this let me just give you example. Okay, so this is a print hello. If you are this using this and writing print of hello in this tab. Okay, so let's see. If Python has this indentation, this is called indentation. This is just as an example. This is an indentation. So indentation tells us that this code is in this block and this code is in other another block. So indentation help us tell that this code is in another block. So it will not run in this sequence. We will more learn about indentation in next lectures. So don't worry about that. Comments. Comments are line of text inside your code that Python completely ignores. They are ignored by the interpreter but are vital for human reading your code. You can use comments to explain why you wrote something, document complex logic, or temporarily disable code during debugging. Suppose you wrote a code and a developer wants to read that code, but it cannot just understand that what you used this function for, what you use this variable for. So you want the another developer to understand that this code is for this and this is for this. So for that we use comments in Python. So how comments are used in Python? Let's delete this. So comments are used in Python by just writing hashtag and after hashtag whatever you write it is a comment like this code prints hello world. So I just wrote this statement. If you are thinking this will run with code, no, it will not because a hashtag is there, and after hashtag whatever come in a particular line, it is not a single line. If I wrote this print hello, it will a code, but after hashtag in same line, if I wrote this print hello world, it will don't run. Let's see it is for example, I write this and if I try to run this, let's save it and run it. So hello world is printed only 2 times, but I write 3 times. So this hashtag after hashtag whatever statement there is, it will not run. Same with let's say here if I type hashtag and print hello world and run this, it will not run. Of course, let me save this and then it will not run. Only two hello world are there. Let remove there this hashtag and run again. Oh, there. Hello world is printed 3 times. So after hashtag whatever it is, it will not run. Otherwise, all statement will run. Okay. So these are called comments. So comments come in main two flavor in Python. The simplest and most common is single line comment, which start with a hashtag. For longer explanation, you can use multi-line comments, which are technically multi-line strings but function identically as ignored text when not assigned to anything. Always comment your code. It is a hallmark of a professional developer. Okay, so this just stated the same thing. Comments are of two types: single line comment, which is begins by hashtag, and multi-line comments, which are technically multi-line strings like this. This is a single line comment. It explains the line below. Okay, so this is a comment. So comment we have to write in this way that I just type this print hello and the comment for this line. Comment for this line I have to write above it like this. This line print hello world. So we have to write this one here. Okay, so we have to write print hello world there, and for the comment of it we have to write above it. So this is a single line comment, it's in the line below. So there print learning Python is fun. So this code will execute. You can also comment out lines of code to stop them from running temporarily. Print this line of work, this line will not print. Of course we have done this. This after hashtag whatever it is, it will not run. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so this is a multi-line string acting as a comment. You can use it to write a long explanation across multiple lines easily. So how to write multiple lines comments? Let's see. Uh, we write this. We just have to enter three commas. Okay, here we write this. Okay, I just type for is a multi-line comment. Okay, so let's run this. Let's save it first and then run this. So okay, so here it is hello world only. So this line also not run. If I type the same thing, let copy it, copy, paste, paste, paste. So no matter how much content is in between these commas, it will not run. Only print hello world will run. Okay, so this is a multi-line comment. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, so only hello world is run. Okay, so this error is there because I did not save the file. So hello world. Okay, so this is how you write multi-line comments. Next thing you will be doing is a practice session. Let's do a practice session. So reading about programming is helpful, but doing programming is the only way to truly learn. Open a VS Code and try these beginner activities. Okay, so let's try the first activity. Create a new file. Use the print function to output the exact text. My name is, and here in place of your name, write your name. Okay, so write this exact text and try to print it. Okay, so let me do this for you. We created this delete. Create a new file and write. Let's name it name dot py. After that, write here print my my name is Kripa. Okay, so this is how I write it. Now click on Control and S and it will save your file. Be sure to see here if it is popping one or not and click on Run. So this is how I printed my name. So first activity is done. Let's see next activity. Write a program that prints your name, your age and your favorite city on three separate lines. Use three separate print statements. So let's see how to do that. This is our print statement and here I will write my name. Okay, so let's copy it. What is it? We have to write our name, our age and favorite city. Okay, so let me open VS Code. Name, age, we have to write age here, and here we have to write our favorite city. Okay, so just like that, let's try to print it. Okay, so this is how it is coming to us. Okay, so this is how we print our things. Write a program that print your name, your age and favorite city in three separate lines. Okay, so this is how. Let's do next activity. Take your program from activity 2 and add a single line comment above every print statement. Okay, so how to do that? Simple. Write a hashtag here and here write this is my name, and next click on hashtag and write this is my age. Okay, so at the next line we will write this is my favorite city. So this is how we done this. Let's save it and run it. So the same output as the previous one because comments did not run, and this is how our activity 3 is done. Let's see predict the output. Look at the code snippet below. Do not run it yet. Read it carefully and try to predict exactly what will print to the terminal. Write your guess down on paper, then run the code to see if you were right. Okay, so let's see the first code line of code. Let's first try to do it for yourself, and then we will do. First line of code says print first line with a hashtag. So print second line, and the third line is print third line with a hashtag, and the last one is print fourth line with no hashtag. So this output will be second line and fourth line. This is its answer. Okay, so there is no answer. So this is its answer. Print first line will not print because hashtag is in front of it, and third line will also because hashtag in front of it, though both these are comments. And second and fourth line will print because there are no hashtags. So let's run it, see if I can copy. Okay, so let's copy, control C, control V. Okay, so I just pasted this and control S, and let's click on run. Let me clear this and click on run. Okay, so only second and fourth line are printed, and first and third line are not because they are comments because they start with hashtag. Okay, so this is how we do this question. Next is the following code has multiple error preventing it from running successfully. Your job is to find and fix the bug so it run clearly. Let's first write the code. Okay, so we in VS Code, this will obviously tell you what will be the error, but if you don't have VS Code, you must solve this with yourself. Okay, so let's see. Here the print have big P, so Python is a case sensitive language, so you must have to write whichever small or big letter you are using. So next is this is our string which we want to print here, so it contains it must contain comma on both sides. Now this code is fixed. Let's save it, control R, and run it. Okay, so fix my error, this code is run. What if we don't fix it? Then let's see what will be the code. Let's run it. Okay, so this shows a error, print fix me, syntax error under unterminated string literal. Okay, so this is the error. This also tell us the syntax error is there, means we write the syntax wrong. So after correcting the syntax, the question will be solved. Okay, so hint check capitalization, question mark, and indentation spacing. Remember, Python is a highly sensitive to this structural element. Debugging is the process of finding error in your code. Professional developers spend a significant portion of their day debugging. It is normal and expected part of programming. So error don't means that you have written bad code and you cannot program. Error are a foundation of programming. So you can make error, but make sure to debug. So this is called debugging, meaning fixing errors. So we just did a debugging challenge. Let's move to next part. So let's we are on the final slides. So what is lecture summary and homework? Okay, fantastic job reaching there. You have taken the hardest step in a developer journey, getting started. Today we covered foundational concepts, setup, development environment, etc., etc. So the first thing we did is programming. The art of writing instruction for computer to execute solve problem. It is called programming. And what is Python? Python is a simple, readable, powerful language used across all major tech industries. And then we did installing Python, downloading Python and setting up VS Code with correct extensions. Then we wrote our first program using the print function to display string and mastering basic syntax. Then understanding character stack and critical white space and comments. These all we done today. So the next thing is your homework assignment to solidify today's learning. Complete the following task before our next session. The first thing you have to do is install Python and VS Code if you don't have not. Second thing is create 3 separate Python folder in your project folder. Third thing is create code that prints a brief personal profile about yourself, like we did previously, writing our name, age, and City. You have to do that. Then fourth thing is add meaningful comments to every single program you write. Okay, so you have to do this. Then in the next lecture we will be doing and dive deeper into how to store and manipulate information in Python. Okay, so next lecture is variable, what are data types, identifier, keywords, and inclusive inputs. Okay, so thank you for learning till here, and we will meet in next lecture. So let's see if we left something. Okay, so nothing is left here. Okay, so wish you all the best. Let's meet at the next lecture. Okay, thank you very much.